The cold winter air in the east is filled tonight with the sounds of plows in search of pavement and shovels in search of sidewalks. After the storm, New Bedford, Massachusetts is digging out of more than a foot of snow. Roads throughout the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic states are still icy and dangerous. This is Virginia. And now, temperatures in the region are plummeting again. Today, it got as low as 9 degrees in Washington, D.C., 7 in New York City and Boston. Watertown, New York, hit 37 degrees below zero. We have a team of correspondents covering the story. First, Michelle Miller in Hanover, Massachusetts, just southeast of Boston. Michelle?
Scott, blizzard warnings were in effect in parts of Massachusetts throughout until this afternoon. Now, the heavy snow that wrecked last night's commute for millions in the Mid-Atlantic made driving treacherous for much of the day here in New England. First came the snow, up to 18 inches south of Boston. Bitter cold followed. Wind chills made it feel like 10 below zero. Getting around took patience and nerve. AAA received 50% more service calls than usual. This ambulance slipped off the road while on call in Stoughton, Massachusetts.
How we doing?
Jackson Long's towing company has taken more than 40 calls since last night.
It really doesn't take much, especially if you have a little ice under the snow. Anything's going to slide on it, even a big truck like this. You just have to be very careful driving on it.
At least 7 people were killed in weather-related accidents. A 20-mile trip took 2 hours last night on parts of New York's Long Island.
As you can see, I just, rear-ended a lady by, accident. I even hit the emergency brake.
The powdery snow even found its way into this Amtrak train bound for Washington, D.C. The storm dropped as much as 2 inches of snow an hour. That intensity was a surprise in New York City, where buses became stuck on unplowed streets. Mayor Bill de Blasio tried to explain why some streets remain slippery hours later.
What happened was the snow hit right before rush hour in some parts of the city where there's obviously a high concentration of vehicles. It created a real jam up and it had to be worked through.
It wasn't much easier here in Hanover, Massachusetts. It took Kristen Regan 2 hours to clear her driveway.
It's light and fluffy and it just moves, but unfortunately when the wind blows and it gets in your face, it gives the rosy cheeks.
Parts of Massachusetts have already seen more than a foot of snow than normal this winter. Now, the state's annual cleanup budget is $43 million. Scott, they've already spent $40 million, and that doesn't include this storm.
Thanks, Michelle.